All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to lesson 10 of the Surfside PPC WordPress Money course. Today, we're going to go over the initial search engine optimization setup for your website. So, we've kind of gone through installing plugins, all sorts of little things to kind of get started on your website, but we haven't really done much to optimize for search engines. SEO, or search engine optimization, is the practice of basically setting up your website so that search engines can easily read your niche, they can easily read your content. Your content is optimized, for specific keywords and specific things that people are typing in. And basically, we're going to go through everything you need to start setting that up, how to start setting up, Google Analytics, Google Webmasters, and also Bing Webmaster tools, along with the Yoast SEO plugin. So that's kind of what we're going to go through today. Let's get started with Google Analytics. So if you have a Google account, a Gmail account, what you want to do is sign into it and go to google.com/analytics. You're going to come to a page that looks like this one, somewhat similar at least. So if you click sign in here at the top right corner, you'll see a bunch of different Google products here. So you can kind of get involved in a lot of these different products here, but we're going to do analytics for now. So the initial page you're going to see here is basically start analyzing your site's traffic in 3 steps. Sign up for Google Analytics, add tracking code, learn about your audience. So we're going to click sign up here. You could either do website or mobile app. Obviously, we're a website. You have to name your account and you have to name your website. So sometimes if you have multiple websites under the same account, like for example, let's just say you have a smaller blog along with a larger store that are set up as 2 separate websites, which you wouldn't really do, but let's just say you did that. You can put different websites under the same account, so it's kind of easier to manage everything. Website URL we're going to do is just add our URL in here. Oop. Add our URL in there, industry category, whatever website you're setting up from the niche you selected. Reporting time zone, I just like to select the time zone I'm in, so I'm in Eastern time. Data sharing, so you can click or you could check or uncheck all of these. Basically, it's what data you share with Google. Account specialist is helpful if you're going to reach out for help, technical support as well. Benchmarking in Google products, basically you're just sharing data on your website with them. I always just share it because they're just a huge data mining service that's trying to improve their product. It's not, trying to find your personal data or anything like that. So once you do that, all you do is click Get Tracking ID. You're going to have to accept their terms of agreement. Okay. All right. So what you're going to get is this page here, and what you have is a tracking ID. So this is your universal tracking ID. It's the ID for your Google Analytics account. You'll also see it if you go in here. You'll see it at the bottom, right here, for your property UA 10731. Same thing right here. Over here is your global site tag. So you can. There's 2 different kind of ways to implement Google Analytics. There's plugins you can download where you just add your tracking ID right here and it'll keep track of everything with Google Analytics on your website. Or you can add your global site tag to your website. So what we're going to do is take our global site tag here, copy it, go back to our website, and we're going to go to Appearance and Editor. So this is kind of a way to edit some of the code of your website, some of the back end, some of the pages that people can see. And it's good to know about the editor section. So I like that they give this basically warning sign here that says editing this code is highly discouraged. Proceed with caution. We're going to proceed, but just know that if you do mess with a lot of code here, CSS code, or up here, we're going to go down to our kingdom theme so we can actually add our Google Analytics code there. So what we're going to do is come over to this header.php file. So when you switch to the kingdom theme up here and go to header.php, you're going to see all the code kind of here. And I actually added a global site tag here earlier, but I'm going to redo it. So what we're going to do under the head file here. So right under this head tag, the first thing you want to do is copy and paste your global site tag. So you just want to make sure it's underneath this head tag right here and in between whatever is down below here. So it's probably going to look very similar to what we have right now. You just want to copy and paste this site tag here. If you're wondering, it says copy and paste this code as the first item into the head of every web page you want to track. So basically, every time a website, one of your web pages gets loaded, it's going to have this loaded as well, which allows it to monitor everything that's happening on your website. So we're going to go down to the bottom and make sure we click Update File. If you don't click Update and you just kind of change pages, you'll never actually add it to your website. So we're going to do finally up here, you'll see File Edited Successfully. What we're going to do up here finally is click Please configure your Google Analytics settings. So let's do that. All right, so with Monster Insights, what they're going to do is give you a little bit more in your back end about Google Analytics. You don't have to constantly log into Google Analytics. So what we're going to do is authenticate with your Google account. When you click that button, you're going to get a couple little screens that come up. As long as you're logged in with the same browser, you should be fine. So click to get Google code. So now you're going to take this code here, copy it, close out of here, and paste. So now all you have to do is select the analytics profile we just created. So it should match 10731. Okay, done. You're all set. All right, while we wait for this to load. So Monster Insights, so now it's going to have what profile we're under. You can disable the dashboard if you want, automatic updates. So yes, you can update, things as they come, minor only. I like to just do yes, automatic updates, just update automatically. Allow usage tracking. I'm not going to right now, just don't even worry about it. So just click Save Changes. So you're not going to need too much with Monster Insights yet, but what it does is it allows you to kind of look at your Google Analytics data a lot easier for your website. All right, so if you just installed, it may take 24 hours to populate, but just know, like, you can kind of come in here in the Monster Insights thing on the left. You click Dashboard. You can update your settings as you wish. You can build custom reports. There's two tools here, and then they have some add-ons as well. It's just a way to kind of look at your data, optimize your data, and find different things that are happening on your website. So now we have Google Analytics our Google Analytics all set up. So basically what you want to do here is you can come back out, go into your website. If you're not familiar with Google Analytics at all, it's one of those things that you kind of just have to play around in and start learning as you go. What it does is there's different tabs over here. So real time, this is what's happening on your website. Audience, this has data about everyone that's been to your website. So overview, active users, demographics, interests, geographic, behavior. Are they on mobile? What type of technology are they using? Or what kind of website browser are they using? Acquisition is how did the person get to your website? So, overview, all traffic, where'd they come from? AdWords, are you paying for Google AdWords traffic? Google Search Console, which is also Google Webmaster tools. We're going to set that up in the next step. Social, and then campaigns is any campaigns you're running. We'll go through that as we go. Behavior, so you can kind of see different, what pages are people visiting the most, how fast is your website going, what are people typing in when they search on your website. You can create custom events, like someone visits 3 of the same web pages or 3 different web pages at the same time, something like that. Conversions, so you eventually want to get to the point where you're setting up conversions, you have goals. If you have e-commerce, you can set up your e-commerce data right in there. So a lot of different things here with Google Analytics. It's all completely free. It's one of those things you kind of have to learn as you go, but it's good to know and good to have. So we have it all installed on our website. So next we're gonna, you have a Google account here. The next thing we're gonna go to is google.com/webmasters. So Webmasters is also called Search Console. You'll see Search Console down here, Google Webmasters. So what we're going to do is click Sign In. Okay, so we're going to sign in here. And now it's going to give you a welcome to Search Console. And we're going to do the same thing we just kind of did. So http www.farmhousegoals.com. All right, so there's different ways to verify ownership of farmhousegoals.com. If you just installed Google Analytics, you should be able to use that as an alternate method. So let's just do Google Analytics account, verify. All right, so congratulations, you've successfully verified your ownership. So we're going to click continue here. All right, so now we have this set up. The other thing you want to do is you want to add another property here. So we're going to go to Search Console. They're going to usually send you a message right away that says improve the search presence. It's going to say add all your website versions, select your preferred version, select target country. We're going to add all website versions first. All right, so the only difference here is instead of adding www, we're just going to do farmhousegoals.com. So the reason why you want to add both is sometimes people will come on your website and it actually monitors that data differently. So here we're going to go into alternate methods again, click Google Analytics, verify. Okay, so both of our websites are going to give us a message usually. So let's see. Might take a minute for that one. Oh, looks like they're just going to send it for the one. So let's just say in the www.farmhousegoals. All right, so here improve the search presence. So that's going to be in our messages. All right, so we added all website versions. That's good. Set your preferred version. So you can kind of tell Google, is your preferred domain display URLs as www or just display URLs as farmhouse goals? I like to just display as farmhousegoals.com and save. So now what that means is that a lot of your data will start to come into this up here is farmhousegoals.com rather than the www version, because we just set that as our preferred version. It doesn't really matter which one you prefer. It's just up to you. So we'll come back into this message here. So select target country. So our language says Google has not yet processed the property. That's fine. So our target country, we're going to do target users in the United States, save. It doesn't mean your website won't show outside of the United States, but if your website's kind of geared towards just people in the United States, that's what you want. So share access with coworkers. So if you have other people that you work with, you can actually add their email and they can have different levels of permission, and you can just add them to your website so they can monitor and manage everything. Submit a sitemap file. We're going to do that in a second, but down here at 6, learn how to work with Search Console. So if you want a little bit of a kind of tutorial for how to use Search Console, I'll go through it a little bit, but here's a good tutorial here. All right, let's go back to our dashboard real quick. Okay, so what we can do down here real quick is if you see Acquisition Search Console, just want to go in here and we can click Set up Search Console Data Sharing. So since we just set up the Search Console, what we want to do is click Set up Data Sharing, and it'll kind of let you, set up however you want for, I think we go to the bottom here. So here we go, Search Console, Adjust Search Console. And we're going to click Edit where it says None. And we're going to let this one, so the one without the www, click Save. Okay. So let's see if that updates now. So if you see over here, there's a lot of different things with your property. You can link things, so AdWords, AdSense. If you go to All Products, so Search Console now, it says actively linked, receiving data. That's good. So you can link your AdSense accounts, AdWords, AdExchange, BigQuery. There's all these different things you can also link, but Search Console is one of those ones you want to link right away because now we can go into, not audience acquisition, and go into Search Console and go into landing pages. And there should be, even though there's no data yet, all right, good. So that's this. Once you get this page, it means you're starting to kind of talk to each other. So now we have our Search Console set up. Let's go back in here and just make sure I have everything set up. So you're going to have over here, it's good to know all messages for. It's always good to go through those. So it's going to say improve the search presence. So now I got basically my email. for this one without the www. So you can set preferred version. Again, I think I already have that set up. Okay, good. Let Google optimize for my site. That's good. I want to make sure my target country is set up for this URL as well. So language will basically come out as English, and any other, you can use href language tags as well. All right, so now we're targeting in the United States. If you want to share access, you can submit a sitemap. I'm going to do that in a second. We're just going to leave this open actually. So let's just close out of this. Closing out of some of my stuff here. So sometimes with all these messages that you're going to get, so you're going to see we have 4 here now. Sometimes what I do is just, they're going to give you one with target country change. It's now associated with Google Analytics. Sometimes I'll just click on all of them just to kind of get rid of the message. So let's do that. The big thing with messages that's good is sometimes it'll tell you like if you're receiving a lot of 404 errors. Sometimes it'll tell you if your website's been hacked. So you want to like kind of periodically check on messages. I usually check into Search Console almost every other day. It's something I like to look at a lot for keywords I'm targeting. So always good data in there. So now we have our Google Analytics set up. We have Google Webmaster set up. So our next thing is going to be Bing Webmaster Tools. So when you open up Bing, you can add your website to it. So kind of just make a Microsoft account, pretty simple. And then you just come in up here, bing.com/webmaster. What we're going to do is add our site URL. So I'll do it the same way we did last time. Actually, let's just do this. Click add. Okay, so again, you can add a sitemap here. So I'm going to pause actually here and go over the sitemap. So I can just add it right now and then add it into Search Console. So what we're going to do now is go back to Yoast SEO. So you can pause your little, as you're setting up Bing Webmaster's tools here. We're going to go into Yoast SEO. You should have a little notification here. First, let's go into Yoast SEO and click on Search Console. I want to make sure I have it set up through my website. Okay, so basically now you just need to give Yoast SEO access to your Search Console. So we're going to click again, get Google authorization code, sign in. So Yoast wants to view and manage Search Console data. We're going to allow. So basically you just need this code here. We're going to enter it down here at the bottom and authenticate. So we're going to do the profile without the www and click Save Profile. Okay, so now you'll see in the settings here, we're connected to our profile in Google Webmasters. So now we're good with the Search Console link here. Let's go to Dashboard. All right, so basically you should come here, and if there's any problems or notifications, they'll have them here. We're going to go into General. So the first thing you want to do is open the configuration wizard. It's going to let you do Yoast step by step. Okay. So we're going to configure Yoast SEO. So my site is live and ready to be indexed. We want to select option A. So we're going to say it represents an online shop. It's also like a blog, but we're just going to do an online shop because that's really what kind of a little bit more of what we are. So we're going to be a company because it's Farmhouse Goals. I don't have my company logo yet, so we don't have to worry about that now. We can always go back in and do that. If you have your logo already, just upload it here. I don't have my social profile set up yet. I'm going to do that in the next step. So we don't have any social profiles yet. We're going to click next. If you have any, you just copy and paste the URLs in there. All right, so this is post type visibility. So posts should be visible, pages should be visible. I like doing media as visible, and product should be visible. Actually, let's go back. Let's keep media hidden, and that should be fine. Yeah, let's keep media hidden actually. So if your site has multiple authors, you can click yes here. Mine will not, so I'm just going to do no. So we're already set up with Google Search Console here, so I could just click next. If you didn't do it in the last step, you could do it now. You don't have to re-authenticate. So for title separator, you can select how the titles are separated on your website. So a good example is, some websites will do farmhouse goals, best farmhouse decor, something like that. Otherwise, if you don't want that as your separator, you can choose any of these other ones. For example, this one. So it's just a matter of preference. I use the hyphen. I just use the one that they give you automatically here. So stay up to date. I'm just going to click next here. So you can upgrade to premium if you want with Yoast, but we're not going to do that. And we're just going to click next again. All right, so now we're all done. Let's click close. All right, so what we're going to do next is after you go through the configuration wizard is you're going to be here at the Yoast SEO Dashboard. If you go to features here, you see this advanced settings pages, enable, disabled. I like to enable them. So let's save changes. Once you enable them, you're going to get more access to the things in Yoast. So you'll see before it just said dashboard, search console, and premium. Now you have titles and metas, social, XML sitemaps, advanced, and tools. It's all free. This isn't like a premium version or anything. Yoast is the one premium version I kind of recommend. So it's one of the things to look at. Yoast has a lot of premium tools, even some for WooCommerce. I recommend looking at them. They have some pretty cool ones in there. So here's the title separator. You'll see you can optimize some different pages, so home page and front page. So it's going to say you can determine the title and description for the front page by editing the front page itself. So just clicking on that, just so you can kind of see how this goes. So it's going to say home page up here. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see Yoast SEO. This is kind of what it looks like from your home page right now. So instead of doing home page farmhouse goals, I could do farmhouse goals, best farmhouse decor, furniture, and more. So something like that. So that's kind of how it'll look. It's going to be your home page. So slug, you don't have to worry about it. It's just going to be a dash. So meta description. I'll optimize this eventually, but just a quick kind of example so you could discover the best farmhouse home decor for your living room, bathroom. All right, so something simple. Up here, you can keep this just to say home. That's fine. You could also do like welcome to farmhouse goals. It's up to you. So text. Just going to do homepage text goes here. I don't know. Welcome to. I'll update all this, but just a quick start. So update. So I'm going to open this page real quick and then go back into Yoast. Titles and metas. All right, so you'll see I did home. Homepage text goes here. Welcome to farmhouse decor. So you can see I'm putting my mouse over the top right now. This is farmhouse goals, best farmhouse decor, furniture, and more. That's your title tag. So over here where you see homepage. So just by editing the front page, our edits kind of did all this and made it a little bit more SEO optimized for now, but I'll keep updating that. That's one of those things where you want to go back to your top 18 keywords and focus on those. That's really where I use them, is in the homepage, and basically letting people go to different sections of my website a lot easier. So let's continue on this. With titles and metas, you can see post types. You can adjust how your title template is. So the separator we chose, this represents a hyphen. Your site name is whatever your website name was set up in the previous step when we did the dash, went through the configuration wizard. So mine would be farmhouse goals, a hyphen here. The title template, so it's whatever the title of your post is. Page could be page number. Pages, same thing, whatever the title is. Separator, so you could leave this all as is, but it's just good to know you can adjust these as you wish. So sometimes with the products, I think I end up just doing title, but I'll go back through some of those things as I do them. Let's save changes. All right, so this is something you can kind of go through and adjust. But what I want to do is come down here and go to XML Sitemaps. One of my favorite parts of Yoast is that they create sitemaps for you, so it's enabled here. You have max entries per sitemap, so you can adjust that up or down depending on how big your sitemap is. So you can include what you want in sitemap. I include my media. A sitemap is a good thing for Google to give them because it shows them everything new that's on your website, and they can quickly and easily index things in their search engine. So let's go to general here. So you click here, find your XML sitemap here. So we'll click. It's going to open up a page. So this is your sitemap URL up here, index.php, sitemap index.xml. You upload them differently to Search Console. So let's go to, we're in Google Search Console now. We're going to click Submit a Sitemap. If you can't find it there, the other way you can do it is go into your Search Console. So we're going to do the one without the www. Over here, you click Sitemaps and just click on that link. I think they bring you to the same page, it looks like. Yep, both bring you to the same page. You can't really see them switch, but under crawl here, you'll see sitemap. So we're going to do add test sitemap. So for Google, what you're going to do is take the URL starting after the last dash, so the index.php. Let's see. All right, so that looks good. So what I like to do is copy that, click test. All right, so all you want to see here is no errors found. So that's good. Close test. Now we're going to do it again and click submit. You don't have to test it. It's fine if you don't. It'll work no matter what with Yoast. But now we have our sitemap here. So for farmhousegoals.com in the Google Search Console, we have our sitemap. And of course, we're going to go back to our Bing Webmaster tools where we kind of paused earlier and click add a sitemap. For this one, we're going to add the complete URL. Okay. Now, when do you receive the most traffic to your website? We're just going to do all day. So enter all your personal information here. I just enter farmhousegoals.com even though I have my own website. Let's see, home and garden, home. All right, I'm not really sure where. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. And we'll just do retail. So you only have to fill out the ones with the stars up here. Oh. United States. So you can get communication from them. How often would you like to receive messages? So you could do weekly alert preference if you want, so that's fine. So if you have any issues, they'll email you. Click save. Okay, so once you're done with that, it's going to say verify ownership for farmhousegoals.com. So same thing we did with Google Analytics. We're going to take this meta tag, copy it, go to Appearance, Editor. So we're going to go into the Kingdom theme, select. So again, we're back in the header PHP file. You'll see up top, you'll see our global site tag from earlier. We're going to place this one right below our global site tag. So this lets Bing verify our website through Bing Webmaster Tools. Let's click Update. Let's see. There's different ways to do this as well. You can download this XML file and upload it to your web server. All right, so our file is edited successfully. So if we go down here and click verify, hopefully they're able to. All right, they're giving me an error. Let's see. Sometimes it takes a second for your website to update. Or reload it. Reload everything a little bit. Eventually this will verify. Sometimes I've had issues in the past where it takes a second, so we're going to go back. This should be all good to go now with Bing Webmaster Tools. If you keep having issues, the other thing you can do is go into your Yoast SEO. And I believe, yeah, here with Webmaster Tools, and you can just add your different IDs here for Bing Webmaster Tools and Google Webmaster Tools just to make sure it's all verified. But we should have everything good to go now, so I'll make sure my Bing is all good, and our Google Analytics should be set up, and our Google Webmaster should be all good to go as well, along with our Yoast SEO setup. So this is a good beginning point for our website. We did our front page, and we made sure that we optimized that for with our keywords. You want to refer to your top 20 keywords for that, but we're going to go through SEO a lot throughout the videos. So appreciate you guys joining me today, and stay tuned for the next video.